welcome back. This is Angelina here, and you are watching Kitchen Talk with Nena. So before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone who followed. I really appreciate you guys. Please continue to show your support, and show me love, like, comment, share, and just all of that. Thank you so much. So today we are making something very simple but very delicious. You can have this for lunch or dinner. So if you would like to see what we're cooking up in the kitchen today, stay tuned. So before we get started with my dinner for the night, I'm going to be making a really quick cocktail, just something to keep me up while I'm cooking, because your girl love herself a good cocktail. So I'm going to be using popsicles. This is the brand that I'm using. So this is the brand that I'm using. And as you can see, I have sliced up some strawberries in my glass already. And I also have some in here that I'm going to be smashing. And then you can use wine, you can use champagne, whatever you have available. You can use that. I'm going to be using Riesling wine. So I'm going to just smash this up. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. It's all smashed up, and I'm going to add it to my glass. All right, so I have 2 slices of orange. I'm just going to add them in here. And then next, I'm going to add a popsicle in here. You can use any flavor. I'm going to be using the tangerine. So it's individually wrapped. Just gonna pop this open and just add that in here. And then next, you can add some mint in here just to really give it a kick. I do have some, so I'm going to add a few drops in here. Just, it makes it look prettier. I broke them apart just to make it a little bit more concentrated once we add it in. So this is what it looks like right now. Look at that. Let me fix my ring. Looks very, very delicious. It's giving me vacation island vibes right now. Since I can't be on a vacation, I'm just going to sip this little spritzer or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to cook. So cheers. Oh my gosh, it's so good. All right, so since we're all done making our cocktail, we're going to jump right into my dinner. So what we're making tonight is some salmon burgers. So I already took the skin off the salmon, as you can see. Now we're just going to season this, smash it up, make it in like the form of a burger, because initially I was just going to leave them like this and just like do it that way, but I was like, nah, let's just go all out. So we're going to do that. So guys, this is what it looks like for now. We've added the egg, and I also added some flour in here, and I've just kind of mixed it all up. I'm going to now add some seasoning in here, and then we're going to mold it in the form of a burger. As always, I'm using my favorite seasoning. If you can see, this is here's the name. The the granulated chicken flavor soup base mix. This seasoning is the holy grail. If you're not cooking with this, I don't know what you're cooking with. So I ran out. I had to get one. The African store that I went to, they be stealing, because this is $14.99 over there, and it's usually like $7.99 at the Asian market, but it's kind of far, and I did not have time to go there. So it is what it is. So I totally messed this up when I was trying to open it, but it is what it is. It still closes, so we move. So I'm gonna use the seasoning to add some in here. I really don't measure, I just season to my liking. But you can add, I guess, just add however much you feel like you need. That will satisfy your taste buds. But if we're going by measurement, I will say you can use 1.5 spoons, like a regular spoon, not a teaspoon. Yeah. So I'm going to add that in there, mix it up. Next, I'm going to be adding this salt-free seasoning. It's just like a herb blend, I guess, with, you know, different onion, tomatoes, garlic, just a bunch of different things that's mixed up in here. We're going to add that in here. Again, just add as much as you need. That will satisfy your taste buds. We're going to add some black pepper. We're going to add some, actually, let's do some cayenne pepper just for spice, because we love spice over here. And then we're going to add some dried parsley flakes in here, as well as some fresh ones. And then lastly, I'm just going to add some pepper flakes. Jeez, I'm breaking everything today. Oh, this is new. It's going to be a very, very spicy burger. Spicy. So right now, this is what it looks like with all of our seasoning. I'm going to mix this all up and then add a little bit of olive oil in here. Everything is added. We've added all of our seasoning. It smells delicious. Now I'm going to just mold it into a burger form, and then we're going to I'm still trying to decide if I want to pop it in the air fryer or if I want to just do it on the stove, but we'll see. So that's that for the salmon patties. We're just going to keep that over here for a little bit just to let the seasoning marinate. And I'm gonna get to that in a second. But I also forgot to tell you guys that we're having burgers, the salmon burgers with sweet potato truffle fries. Yes, so I've already went ahead and cut up my sweet potatoes. This was 1 potato in here. I've already cut it up. You can cut it up any shape of your liking. I just did them regular, I guess. So we have that here, and then I guess I can just go over the seasonings and other stuff that I'm using. But I have black pepper here, I have Old Bay, paprika, I have dried parsley flakes, I have cayenne pepper, pepper flakes, red pepper flakes, and then I have this original salt-free seasoning, and then not to forget my favorite seasoning right here. And then we also have the burger buns that we're going to be using. These are so delicious. I got these from Aldi, but you can use whatever burger bun of your liking, I guess. And then in here we just have some fresh parsley, and then on here we have some tomatoes. If you can see, some tomatoes, and just like some other condiments. Well, not really condiments, but some other stuff that we're going to add on here. I don't have the onion on here yet. I'm going to add that later. And then also I'm going to make like a chipotle mayo, but I'm going to do that later. Here's our burger, salmon burger concoction. We already have this seasoned up. Now we're going to mold it. To do that, I'm going to be doing it in this plate. And I just have some flour in here just to help make the burger not stick, I guess, to the plate that I'm using. So we have our patties all molded up and ready to be put on the stove, or actually I think I'm just gonna cook them in like a frying pan and just like do it that way. So the frying pan that I'm using is Chrissy Teigen's. It's really good. It's non-stick. It's really good. It's from Target. I believe the set is like either 180 something or like 140 something, but it's really worth it. It's non-stick, really good quality, so I highly recommend this Chrissy Teigen pot set. Is really worth the money. So we're just gonna pop this on. I have the frying pan on the stove. I'm going to be using this olive oil cooking spray. I had to double check real quick. I'm gonna be using this olive oil cooking spray to just spray the frying pan to make sure it's not, our burgers, well, patties, salmon patties are not sticking. So while we have our salmon patties in the frying pan, I'm just going to season this up a little bit just to add some flavor, and I'm going to pop them in the oven. So I have about this much of our chicken soup, a chicken base seasoning, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to put that on there, and then we're going to add some Old Bay seasoning, just a tad bit, some black pepper on there, some dried parsley flakes, and we're going to add this salt-free seasoning on here too. I love it, love it. And then what's next? I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna add some fresh parsley on here as well. And now we're just gonna mix it all up. Mix it up. We love some well-seasoned fries over here, okay? Yes, well-seasoned. So this is what it looks like with all of our seasoning and a little bit of olive oil mixed up. It's well seasoned. So now we're just going to put it in the baking pan and pop this in the oven. So I'm going to use this olive oil cooking spray again, just to spray it all over our baking pan. Just so the sweet potato fries doesn't stick to it. So then we're just going to add our sweet potato in here, spread them out. this is what it looks like right now, straight out of the frying pan. Delicious. You see the greenery, colors, flavors, so yummy. So we're gonna set this aside. We have 2 more patties to put in a frying pan, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So while we're waiting on our salmon patties to be done, I just wanted to say something really quick. 2020 has been a very challenging year for so many of us in so many different ways. Yeah, it's been tough. It's been a tough year, but if you have made it this far, just know that God really, really loves you, and it's not because of luck that you are here. You're not better than those people who have lost their lives, you know, who are homeless, who have lost their jobs. It's just by the grace of God, you know, it's really just by the grace of God. Because when you think about it, how many people have lost their jobs during this pandemic? How many people cannot provide for their families, you know? But we are fortunate enough to have shelters. We're fortunate enough to have jobs, you know, that we have the luxury of, you know, working from home. You know, it's by the grace of God. And one takeaway from this year is just gratefulness. Like, I'm just grateful for life. I'm grateful for everything, whether big or small, all of, you know, my ups, my downs, everything. I'm grateful for it, because this year was very challenging, and it just really tested our resiliency. Like, it challenged us in so many different ways, and I'm just so thankful to God for his blessings, his grace upon my life and my family and my friends. You know, we're just all so happy as we're getting, you know, towards the end of the year. It's just like, wow, like we're almost there, you know. So I know some people are in a very dark place right now, but just always remember there's light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, you know, you may be going through some challenges, but just know that God can never give you more than you can bear, you know? So just keep pushing, you know, just keep praying, stay grounded in your faith, and, you know, just make sure you have a good, strong support system. You know, that's so, so important, to have people in your corner who genuinely loves and care about you is so important. It makes your hardest times seem so much easier, you know? So just a little words of encouragement, because I know this year it's just been crazy. So cheers to a tough year, but you know, sometimes the tough times really equip you for your blessings that's ahead. So we're just gonna look at it that way, and we're getting ready, we're gearing up for 2021, because we're ready to receive all of our blessings and just, you know, be great. All right, so back to cooking. The last 2 salmon patties are done. I'm going to take them out. So now we're going to do our burger buns. So the butter that we're using is this Kerrygold, if you can see it. Kerrygold pure Irish butter. So we're going to get our burger bun. Spread some butter on the bun, and we're going to pop that in. And then for the top, before we flip it over, I'm just going to spray the top with this olive oil cooking spray. Alright guys, so lastly we are going to be making our chipotle mayo spread for our burgers. So the first thing that you will need is mayo. You can use this type of mayo or whatever mayo that you like. So I'm using this kind. Gonna put a scoop in there. And then next we are going to be adding some hot sauce. A few drops, maybe like 4 or 5 drops will be just fine. And then lastly, we're going to be adding some mambo sauce. My aunt put me on. Shout out to you, Auntie Vita. This sauce, A1. A1. And now we're just going to mix it up. All right, so now that we're done with everything, we're going to finish off with just making our burgers. So I'm going to take a half a spoonful of the chipotle mayo and just spread it all over the bottom bun. And then I'm going to add the salmon patty on top of it. We're going to add some red onions on here. And then we're going to add a slice of tomato. And then we're going to add some green onions on top of the tomato. And then we're going to add more chipotle mayo on the top bun. I went ahead and added our truffle fries in this martini glass. And that's over here. I've added some Parmesan cheese and some Old Bay. And then now I'm gonna add some fresh parsley and green onions on there, just to top it off. And then lastly, I'm going to add some oil with garlic on top of it, some olive oil with garlic on top of it. This is it. We're all done. We're about to make a nice cocktail and have dinner for the night. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, give it a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for your support. And I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thank you.